What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Sunshine Way. I am your lovely host, Kaya, and welcome back to my channel where we become better teachers, better dancers, and live a life of light and let our light shine. So y'all, in today's video, we're going to be talking about, how to prepare for that big test, right? Everybody, it doesn't matter what grade you're in, or if you're in college, or if you're a teacher at this point, right? There's a big test at the end of the year, and we all have to pass it, okay? So in today's video, I'm going to be giving y'all some tips for teachers and tips also for student teachers or for students that are in college or in high school to prepare for that big test that's at the end of the year. Now, if you are in college, and you're like, girl, I'm not a teacher, so I don't need these tips, I'm going to put a timestamp on the screen to show y'all where y'all can fast forward the video to start seeing those tips that are specifically geared towards those who are just a college student and you're trying to prepare for your final exams for the end of the year. Now, for the beginning part of this video is going to be mainly focused on teachers who are trying to help their students prepare for the EOCs, end of the year, AP state exams, and all that shenanigans, right? Because it's like crazy right now. So I just wanted to throw a couple of things out there that will definitely help your students and prepare them the best that you can for this end of the year test, because this year was just kind of weird for everybody. So the students are in a difficult place to be taking such an extensive test, but we're gonna do our best to get them prepared. So without further ado, let's get right into this. My phone, I'm just looking at my phone because I got the stuff on my phone, of course. Anyways, so the first thing that I have is, if you've not heard of it, is KAHOOT. Okay, KAHOOT, the kids love it. It's challenging. They get to see if they got the question wrong or right. They get to hear music, because most of the KAHOOTs have all this different type of background music. So it's very fun. It's very creative. And you can make your own. You also can have it student paced to where they're testing themselves, and then you can also play big group games, and you can just switch it up. And then the thing about Kahoot is you can do one type of quiz or test or whatever game, and then you can also do fun things like movies and stuff like that in between. So then it also keeps it more fun and stuff. And then it's quick, it's fast, and it's just kind of like a flashcard, a virtual flashcard type situation, because you're able to go through those answers really quick. You got to think because the seconds is running and stuff like that. So great review game, definitely. The second thing is quizzes. So quizzes is something that was new for me online this year, and it was a virtual thing that one of my co-teachers just grasped on, and I absolutely love working with it. So basically how quizzes work is it goes through a part of the content or the standard, and they have ones that are already made up for you, so you don't have to make them up yourself, which is bomb. But you don't have to make them up yourself. So what you do is you just start it, the kids put in a code, and they're able to hop on to the quizzes. Once they do that, then it teaches them a lesson, or it'll do a couple of slides, and then in between each of the slides it has these questions. So they basically have to regurgitate or apply the information that they just learned on the quiz question. And then once they do that, it shows the results. So it'll show 2 kids chose this answer, 5 kids chose this answer, and then it put it up there, but it doesn't tell the kids' names unless you want it to. And then you get to say, okay, well, the ones who chose this answer, think about doing this the next time, or this is why you didn't get it correct. Or the ones who got it correct, this is the process that they went through. So then the whole class is able to really think about that problem solving thing, right? And work through it, as well as doing it with vocabulary, doing it with comprehension as well, because you can have it list the questions list different answers as far as comprehending like a short, like 5-sentence paragraph or something like that, and it'll help students with that comprehension and stuff. You can do it with poetry, you can do it with vocabulary, it doesn't even matter. Quizzes is dope. And then at the end of quizzes, you can do like a little game. It's dope. Booklet. Now, Booklet is also something that was new for me this year as well. And Booklet is just like a very quick, fast-paced game. And actually, we have been playing Booklet way more than we have been playing Kahoot. And the reason why is because you can literally be behind in the game and then steal 10 million coins from another student, and like the game changes, right? Because now you're in first place, and the kids love it. They love the competition. They get really into it. You also can play Battle of Royale on there, and that's when two students pair up against each other, and they're able to like basically do a showdown to see who can get the most answers right and all that type of stuff. So try Booklet out. The next thing is intentional packets. So intentional packets, what I love about intentional packets is because it's up to the teacher, every single thing that goes in there, and then one page can flow into another. So it's not just like having a whole bunch of busy worksheets. It's more of like, okay, how do I apply this knowledge, and then I can apply it on the next page in a different way. And then you can have like so many different stuff. You can have word searches, writing a sentence, creating a poem, drawing a picture, using this formula to create this town, or this formula to build this shape, and like you just like go from one page to the next page. So an intentional packet can be something that you already get together from somewhere else, or you can like yourself like pull pieces from different spaces of what you know that the kids need to know for the final test, and you put it in the packet together, and then y'all able to like at the end of the day, at the end of the block, go over a few of the sheets or the whole entire packet, or at the end of the week you go over the whole entire packet. The kids talk about the different answers they got and stuff like that. So everybody get to work on that problem solving, as well as like see what other people were thinking in other ways and strategies. Let's get into the part that is for my college students as well as my high school students who are studying for those ELCs and those AP exams, and then my college students who are studying for those end of the year final exams and stuff before the school year lets out or before you graduate. And also, even my middle school and my elementary kids can use this as well, but it's just more prominent for like college students. So those are notes and highlighting. So this is something I did when I was in college, and it works wonders for me, especially if you're studying at the last minute. It definitely does. I'm a firm believer in if you write it down, you remember it. Now, if you like to virtually write and type, that works too, but for me, like physically, like writing with a pencil or a pen, like I remember stuff better. So what you do is you take the information that you need to know and you write it down, right? And you just sit there and you write like bullet points or definitions or key terms or key formulas, and you write them down, and then you highlight the key parts that you need to know, right? So then your brain is literally like remembering, like for example, say if you was studying Spanish, right, and you put verde and you put green, right, because that's what, or you put azul and you put blue, right? So then you highlight those two things, and then like your brain is like seeing like the blue, right, of the highlight and then the words, so then you remember it. Or like when I was studying for my anthropology exams and we had to know all the bones and stuff, I would literally put certain stuff, example clavicle, and then I would put collarbone. Now in anthropology or in anatomy or something like that, you would call it the clavicle because that's what that bone is called, but as like a typical human, we call that a collarbone. So that would help me remember what that is. Or I would put scapula, and I know that that is my shoulder blade, so like those big bones that sit back there. So just putting things like that to help you remember, and then like highlighting them so that you know what they are. My next thing is flashcards. Everybody know that flashcards is like a quick way for you to sit there and you write all the stuff down, or you can do your virtual flashcards as well, and then you're kind of just like boom 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 boom, and it doesn't matter if it's math, it doesn't matter if it's psychology, philosophy, sociology, chemistry. Like, doing stuff like that will help you as far as like applied knowledge. So you can also do flashcards with like formulas for like stuff like chemistry or mathematics, and you like write those formulas down, and you'll see a formula and you like boom, let me try to like do a problem with those formulas. Or you can do flashcards with certain like math problems on it that's already put up there, like whether it's a word problem or it's already a sentence problem, and then you just like flash through them and you like work them out, and you do that like very quickly and stuff like that. So that's like applied knowledge. And then last but not least is 30 minutes a day until the test. Now, depending on what you're studying, how long the test is, how many questions is going to be on the test, are you free writing, is it A, B, C, D questions, you're going to want to at least study 30 minutes a day for each subject that you have, as far as specific. Now, as far as like reading or English, it's nothing you can really do about that, especially if like your final exam is a paper, as far as like studying 30 minutes a day. But especially for those ones that are vocabulary heavy or informational heavy, like specific information, especially like history classes, formulas as far as mathematics and chemistry and stuff like that, write that stuff down and study on it at least 30 minutes a day. Now, when you study 8 hours a day on something, you are like literally dragging your brain. So at least do 30 minutes, but you could do like 2 hours on each subject if you want to a day, and like over a course of time, you basically like impressing that knowledge into your brain repeatedly every day. So it's like your brain has a natural way of remembering it, just like you learn how to walk or you learn how to ride a bike. Like, you don't forget that stuff. Like, it's a repetitive thing. Once you learn it, you learn it. Or driving, like, you know, you be driving somewhere and you be like, how did I get here? And it's because like driving, it becomes a natural thing because it's a repetitive action. Yeah. And then last but not least is do your best. And this is to my teachers, this is to my students, this is to those who are in college or in high school. Do your best. That is my last piece of advice. You can only do your best, and once you do it, that's it. Okay, don't get overly worked, overly stressed about it. Do your absolute best, and if you know in your heart that you put your best foot forward and you did what you could, then that's all that anyone could ask for. So without further ado, you made it to the end of this video. But before I do that, if you ever hear one of my list videos, you know I go through the list really quickly at the end just to make sure. So the first thing was KAHOOT, the second thing was quizzes, the third thing was a booklet, the fourth thing was intentional packets, and then for the studying tips, the first one was notes and highlighting, and then flashcards plus like flash applying, so hitting those formulas really quick and those problems really quick, and then 30 minutes every day at least for each subject you have until that test. And last but not least, baby, do your best. Do your best. Do your best. Because that's what you can do. And then the rest, you leave to God. And He'll handle it for you. Okay? He'll handle it. You do your best. You do your part. You put in your work. And you have your faith. Then you don't got to worry. You don't got to worry. You don't got to worry. Okay? Alright, y'all. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you tap that notification bell so you can be notified every time your girl upload. And remember, be humble, be inspiring, be kind, y'all, and don't forget to shine. I see y'all crazy on the next one. How I literally paused the video. Y'all, I literally paused the video because I wanted to make sure that hold on, focus. I wanted to make sure I got it right because I literally haven't looked at my anthropology stuff in forever. So the fact that I actually remember the names of the bones, okay, shout out to my anthropology teacher, okay, Miss Johnson. Cheryl, I love you, okay, because I remember the name of these bones. I ain't forgot. Patella, sternum. I got you. Okay, let's just end it.